Hey there, folks. Welcome to X-Ray Talk Productions. Uh, Originally, this was going to be a video talking about potentially what the trailer was going to release, but then the trailer came out. So, we're going to talk about Logan. Now, the X-Men movies have been around for a long time. I think I was like 10 or something when the first one came out. I actually saw the second one in theaters a long time ago, and I think I saw the second movie before I saw the first movie, and I just loved it. But the X-Men movies have been going on for a while. Hell, they're the longest running continuous franchise that superheroes have ever created. Which is something. You know, I mean, technically, I think there are more Avengers flicks at this point, but they've been doing the X-Men's longer, so whatever. Anywho, the trailer dropped for Logan, and people are eating it up. People are loving the more realistic and gritty tone of the trailer. And that song "Hurt" by Johnny Cash, which is a Nine Inch Nails cover, is sets the mood perfectly. And if what they're trying to accomplish is accomplished, it will make so much sense if they play it during a very particular moment in the film. Now, point out, I have not yet seen X-Men Apocalypse. I've heard so-so things about it. I know Wolverine's in it, and apparently at some point there's another clawed mutant thing, and from what I've gathered, that's X-23, who's the little girl in the Logan trailer. Now, like I said, I'm loving this, and I loved it even more when I heard that it was based on the comic book Old Man Logan, which is one of the best Wolverine stories, if not the best Wolverine story ever told. Maybe right up there alongside with the one they used for the Wolverine. And there is so much good going on in that. Let me give you a little bit of a rundown of what goes on in that comic book, and then from there I can tell you what I think is going to happen inside this film. Basically, at some point, the supervillains all teamed up and just wiped out all the superheroes. Killed them all, one by one, and took over the United States, with each particular supervillain taking over a chunk. Like Kingpin had his part of the world. The Hulk, who was turned into just a redneck, incestuous creature, has California, I believe. The Red Skull has Washington. I feel like I'm missing somebody. No, I think I got them all. Yeah, so, and in that time, the world isn't looking so good. Supervillains have pretty much laid waste to it at this point, and it is looking very desert-like. Even Illinois, which just pop up in the. I just read it. Like, this is fresh in my head. So yeah, the Wolverine, for one reason or another, which we'll get into in a bit, has decided to give up killing and is not, for 50 years, unleashed his claws. Now, his powers are beginning to sort of fade a little bit. He is taking hits harder. His body is finally beginning to catch up with him. And it takes longer for him to heal. The scars aren't going away. He's essentially broken. And Hawkeye comes up and brings him on this journey to deliver something somewhere, which I don't think is really going to matter to this plot unless they do something unusual. So yeah, and on their way, it's sort of a road trip meets a western kind of thing. So everything's westerny. Wolverine's kind of sort of dressed like he's a farmer. And yeah, so they go on this journey, and they're going all across the wasted world that is going on, and encountering the villains and some heroes who are just shambles. They're ghosts of their former selves, or they've turned into monsters like the Hulk. Yeah. So one thing leads to another. Hulk's family gets, Wolverine's family gets killed, and he goes berserk on the Hulk family, unleashing the claws that he has held inside of him, the anger, the hate, the killing that he has held inside of him for 50 years. So, what's happening in this trailer? Well, in the movie trailer itself, the world's kind of deserty. Johnny Cash song is playing. Wolverine's looking old. He's not healing the way he was. And Professor X is taking him on a journey in place of Hawkeye to deliver this mutant girl who is probably the cure to something, I think. Yes, a cure to this mutant girl, get her across the country to stop something, or to prevent something, or to cure something. And it looks like Wolverine did something bad. Now, in the comic book, the big thing that really broke Wolverine, more than the villains attacking him, was Mysterio put him underneath this kind of hypnosis that had him believe he was fighting the supervillains while he was really slaughtering his friends and family in the Xavier Mansion. We could probably get this scene one way or another. We could have, instead of Jubilee, who is like the main one that Wolverine realizes that he killed, we could easily have Rogue replace her, and her Rogue be killed. The one who Wolverine has saved time and time again. Yeah, and I think that's why he's sort of isolated like he is. And obviously, Xavier's taking over the position of Hawkeye. Hawkeye was blind in the comic books, and to kind of counterbalance that weakness, they're giving Xavier, who is just old, because they didn't have to put that much makeup on Patrick Stewart anymore, but I love that. Yeah, so he's basically has Alzheimer's because of all the mental. He's probably going to be like going through different personalities. Something like that, maybe it's a version of a split personality disorder, perhaps, maybe a little bit in there. That'd be kind of cool because of all the different minds he's had been in. Yeah, so what they're in the comic book, what they're kind of carrying is basically the Captain America serum to go fight all the supervillains, but I'm thinking what they're going to do with that is sort of use that similar idea. All the mutants are gone. It seems to be the big thing in this, and I think that is because of perhaps the humans, and I think there's a villain in the main villain they're advertising so far. I think he's human, or he's got a robot hand. I don't know if he's human. I don't really know too much about this guy, but I got a feeling that a virus or the humans just decided to go ahead and just wipe out all the human mutants, and now there's none. And if the virus thing is what really went on, and there was a virus specifically made to combat the mutant gene, then that perhaps, and the virus kind of wrecked the whole world, so everything's kind of deserty, sort of Resident Evil style, except it would make sense. Perhaps X-23 and her healing factor is going to be the cure to that sort of virus, and maybe mutants will be able to repopulate again, perhaps. I think is going to be the thing. So yeah, I think I covered everything about the story. Oh, I think maybe, this human guy, robot hand guy, is going to be probably your main villain, but I got a feeling the Hulk character is going to sort of be taken over by Patrick Stewart, Ian McGellen's Magneto, because if you're, these movies are sort of cursed. It's almost like you have to have Magneto and Xavier, and you also have to have Wolverine and all of them, and I feel like we're going to get that. It would make sense that maybe Wolverine, Magneto, finally got built Genosha, which in the comic books is like a mutant sanctuary that Magneto built so humans wouldn't come in and just kill them. It'd be kind of cool if instead of the Hulk and all the other supervillains, we sort of have Magneto and his band of Brotherhood who have kind of taken over. We've seen the Brotherhood organized in past films, so it wouldn't be that unusual. it kind of sucks. You're not going to be able to get away with a lot of the stuff that the comic book did, a lot of sort of fun or horrific things, because simply Fox does not own the rights to most of these characters. So we're not going to get the Red Skull wearing Captain America's costume, bloodied up costume from when he killed him. We're not going to get a, that's unfortunate though, we're not going to get a Venom-controlled Tyrannosaurus Rex, or probably any dinosaurs from the Savage Land, unless they have the rights to that for some reason. And obviously they've changed, I've already changed Hawkeye to Xavier. So, yeah, it's theoretically, this isn't just the end for Wolverine. This is probably the end for the X-Men. You know, because we've gotten to the point where, yeah, first two X-Men movies were fantastic. They set the standard. They got superhero movies running again, along with Blade and Spider-Man. And we're sort of keeping up that pace since then. But even as we hit X-Men 3, and especially Origins, we were getting into a point where it was like, we made our money. We're going to make it. They're going to go see it. Who the fuck cares? Which is why X-Men 3 wasn't terrible. I think the worst one is Origins, by far. By far the worst of the series. 3, it felt like they were at least trying to build to something. They were kind of, sort of trying to get the war out there. They didn't do it very well. You know, Phoenix was bleh, and having Xavier get killed was bleh, but then he really didn't die. Some lady saved him, but we never found out who that was. And Magneto lost powers, but then he got him. It just... The movie even set up things for the future that were just pretty much written away even before the time wipe. And Origins, which was just, let's throw whatever we can together. Oh, you guys like Nightcrawler from X-Men 2? Fuck it, we'll give you another teleporting black character played by Will.i.am. Oh, you like the Blob? Well, Wolverine's gonna comedy fight him in a ring because he's fat. Oh, you like Sabretooth? Actually, I did kind of like Sabretooth, and I heard he may or may not be coming back for this. I like Sabretooth from Origins. He was okay. Oh, you like Deadpool? Well, we're gonna take away his mouth. It was almost as if they were like spitting in our faces. And then we had no X-Men movies for a while. A couple years later, the Kick-Ass director Matthew Vaughn comes in and is like, you know what? What if X-Men was a spy movie? And it was great. It was kind of like a Bond flick. Then, what is it? We had Days of Future Past, which is, I think, one of the best Marvel movies ever. You know, time travel is a great subject. And then, oh no, we had the Wolverine, which I'm sort of afraid may or may not be sort of similar tone, maybe not tone-wise, but story-wise, or it's a broken Wolverine sort of looking for redemption, which is sort of the thing with this. It's even the main theme of the story from the comic. Then we had Apocalypse, which like I said, I haven't seen it, but I've heard people saying it's close to X-Men 3 in order, in terms of quality and sort of repeating yourselves. So, here we are, many years later, still part of this series. We've had time wipe reboots, soft reboots, and now Hugh Jackman, who is Perfect Wolverine, is leaving. And the series is kind of not in the best spot right now, so could this be the quieter, more mature, R-rated, because of Deadpool, movie that we've been waiting for in the super? Could this be like the Dark Knight of X-Men? Essentially. You know, that one last sort of big hurrah. I hope so. And from what I've seen, it seems like they are definitely going in that direction. But, yeah, I think that's everything I've got. Thanks for watching. Wow, 15 minutes.